Hey there, everybody. This is Darth Skippy. I'm going to be doing my first gear-to-ear video today, and I just want to kind of introduce everybody to what kind of setup I have going on. My studio is a home studio, so I'm in a 10 by 12 room. So a lot of stuff is hanging on the wall. Of course, I have some fun stuff hanging in here too. But my thing is, there's a lot of musicians out there who get gear, and like, you don't want a 100-watt amp if you're sitting in a 10 by 12 room. You just don't, unless you're playing live. Now, recording situation, I'll tell you right now, I have very small amps. I have a small Black Star, which is like a 10-watt amp. I have a Vox 50-watt amp, and I have a Fender Rumble. And they are all used, depending on what I'm doing. I'm recording direct, or I'm micing them up, or whatever I'm doing. It just depends on the project. And most of my guitars, I have two guitars that are vintage. This is one of them. This is my Electra guitar. I've had this for a while. This is the X130, and it is from the 80s. It's a great, it's like almost like a Stratocaster type guitar. It's got a split for the pickup, so you can make it singles instead of doubles, or humbuckers. And basically, I use all kinds of different gear. I have a newer Gretsch guitar that I use as well. Picking out the gear is kind of pivotal to what you're going to be recording. This guitar especially, I'm big into Electras. I had four at one time. Actually, I had a bass guitar, and I had three electric guitars. These are really cool guitars, and the reason I like this guitar, this is one of the guitars I go to most of the time. It is very versatile when it comes to recording. Now, that's something, as far as gear-wise, I always tell folks, you really, really got to pick out your gear, especially the important things like your guitars, your basses, your drums, all those kinds of things. You have to pick out that gear depending on what you're playing. I played rock for most of my life, and I have, over, I'd say the past 15 years, gotten into what's called synthwave, and I do a lot of synthwave instrumental music, but I also incorporate a lot of guitar into what I do, and a real electric bass into what I'm doing, not only synthesizers. So that's a big deal when it comes to recording. You want to have something that can cut through, especially frequency wise. And like I said, I'm not going to get deep in the weeds on this, but you have to be conscious of what you're doing, especially when you're recording. And one of the things that I really want to talk about today are guitar interfaces. Now, there's lots of different things out there. I use a bunch of different things as far as interfaces. I have, a Allen and Heath interface that I use that you can plug in directly and use your VST instruments, which that's the instruments that are built into your recording software. You can also go direct, as far as if you just want the sound of your guitar, no amp simulation, anything like that. Also use a Line 6 Pod Express, which is something that's fairly new. And as you can see behind me here, I have guitar pedals, hanging out over there as well, and I use those too. Now, the guitar interface is one of the most important things as far as getting your sound. I have a specific sound I'm looking for, and I know sometimes it takes folks years to get to the point where they can go, that's the sound I'm looking for. Just like picking out a guitar. Like, I can pick up a guitar, and within 5 minutes of playing that guitar, I can go, yeah, this is good. I like this. Or I can pick it up and feel the neck and go, immediately, and be like, I don't like this. I like chunky necks. I like, have a thick neck on them. So that's my style. Now, when you're picking out, your interface, you got to look at different things. It depends on your setup, for one. Your big thing is your setup. Are you recording to a laptop? Are you recording to a computer? I use Mac computers. I have a Mac laptops, but I mainly record to my iMac. That's the big thing that I use to record with. The DAW that I use is GarageBand. And a lot of people laugh when I say GarageBand, but it comes back to what I was saying before in the intro to this channel, is you want to have something that's simple, quick to get to something, quick to get to a sound, so you can get your idea down. A lot of folks don't do that. They noodle around and try to get sounds and stuff, and they end up losing themselves in sound bill. That's what I like to call it. And basically you totally lose track of what you're trying to do. Even if you get a guitar track down and it's crappy, it has your idea on it. That's the most important thing. You want to get your idea down so you can come back later. You can save that track that you just recorded and come back and go, okay, I want a guitar that has a little bit of drive on it, has some chorus on it, whatever you want to do. Then you have the idea down. So that's the most important thing when you're recording. Now, here lately, I have been using the Pod Express. It is a really cool little pedal. And I just tell you right now, for the money, I mean, I spent maybe $250 for the expression pedal that comes with it and the pedal itself. So that's nuts. I mean, especially for what's in that little bitty package. There's so much it can do. There's so many effects that you can do, and it's a great unit, especially for the price. You can't beat it. Of course, there are a lot of other interfaces out there. Most of your guitar effects interfaces nowadays are actually pedals. You can go buy a pedal and it has a USB-C out where you can plug right into your computer and you can use that as an interface. That's a great thing. You can come right out of the Pod Express and go into your iPad. You can come out and go into your phone. I mean, you can do so much nowadays. When I started recording, it was to tape. You recorded directly to tape. I had 4-track Fostex recorders. You could do all kinds of wacky stuff with them. You could turn the tape over and make your drums go backwards and just make all kinds of weird stuff. Of course, you can do that nowadays, but it's not the same. It's digital. But your guitar interface is the main thing that you really, really, really need to concentrate on, and make sure that, you don't get into something that's too complicated. Because, Line 6 makes some awesome products. They make some, the Helix products, which are great, but they will cause you to get super deep in the weeds when it comes to really learning, how to change your presets and saving your own. And it gets a little nutty. So if you want something simple and something you can just plug in, bam, and go, the Pod Express is the way to go. So one of the things I will say about this pedal is that it has some really, really cool effects. Now, there's some things out there that some people may not like, and I will tell you, the things that I enjoy about this pedal is, of course, the sounds. The sounds are amazing. Now, you got your clean, which is... different amp presets, so you got a little bit of drive, a little bit of drive going on there, right? Then you got a little bit more overdrive. Great sounding. Get a little dirtier. Just depends on which pickup you're using. Great sounds, and like I said, you can get crazy. Just great sounds. You get into heavy. I'm not really into heavy, but you can do pretty much anything you want. There's a cool lead channel. And as you'll notice, I'm not using any effects. None. This is just the different models that are set up. I mean, just great sounds. And now, if you really wanted to get weird, You can get on here and use a little bit of chorus. I'm still in that lead channel, so I got that lead, amp simulation going on. So you still got that going on. Not only that, but if you wanted to add something else in there like phaser, so you got that going on, and then you can add your tremolo if you want to get really crazy. Nuts. I mean, and all this is done pretty quick. Oh yeah, don't forget the flange. You got all the different effects there, and it's literally just you turning a knob. That's it. Turning a knob and getting what you want. Like you want that, but you want delay. I mean, you got it. And if you're like, and like there's different types of delays. You got tape delay, digital delay. You got all these different types of delays. Tape delay is cool because like fades out like a tape delay would. And you got your ping pong delay. Don't forget about the ping pong. Pretty cool stuff, right? So, like I said, you got all your reverbs. Got your spring reverb. You can get a little deeper in it. Okay. You got different plate reverbs, room reverbs. And this is a plate right here. Oh, then you got your space. Space. The final frontier. And of course, if you're not wanting to do too much of that whole distorted thing, you got your, other. Just totally, just like I said, very lush sounds. Just amazing stuff. And like I said, it's that quick. Back to nothing. So, you have all these different things. And, did I mention that there's still distortion on here too? So you can... While you're in your clean channel, you can add a boost, add a drive, full on distortion. Then you can get some fuzzy. Just whatever. And you can, of course, like I said, any of these effects that you get and that you're using, especially with like the delays and the modulations, you can change with the tap tempo. I mean, and the cool thing is when you move to another effect, it still keeps your tap tempo that you were using, so you don't have to go back and reset. So like, and have to start all over. If you had that tempo, it's still there. It didn't change. So you can move through and see what effect did you like. So, I mean, for the money, like I said, I spent about 200 and I want to say it's around $250, but that might be a little high. I got it off Sweetwater, and I buy a lot of stuff from Sweetwater. They're really great guys. Really, customer service is just fucking amazing. But I will tell you, for the money, you can't go wrong with this little piece of equipment. And it being a guitar interface makes it even more just, I mean, it just makes it more smart. And you can go through and you can, like I said, you can just go through here, pick out your sounds. And, oh, did I mention, it's got 21 slots to save your own presets. Yeah, that's what I said, 21 slots to save your own presets, which is awesome. And like I said, you can turn the amp, you know, basically take off that amp section where you don't have any of the modules of their presets or anything like that. You can take that off and you can use it just as your guitar signal, and that's what you have is your guitar signal. So can't beat it. I mean, it's just one of those things where I think for the money, for the usability and the sound, this thing sounds really, really good. For the price point, I mean, there ain't too many things out there that are sounding this good. So that's how I feel about it. I really like it. I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, you get surprised every once in a while. I've done, watched reviews on a lot of reviews on this thing, and some are good, some are bad. Hell, my review might suck. But I'm just trying to be real with folks, because nowadays spending money, you know, you want to spend money on something that you know you're going to use and not going to sit over in the corner and it's going to draw dust, okay? You want to get something that you're going to use all the time. I've been using this thing for weeks as my main guitar interface to my computer because it just works. But hey, you folks tell me what you think. Tell me, hey, I suck, or hey, Kenny, I appreciate your information or whatever. And, put some comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. It's just getting started, so the videos will get better. I'm just trying to figure out my way to do it, and here we are. So, you folks, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take it easy. I will see you on the flip side. Make sure you go out to Instagram, follow me there. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'm not trying to be a millionaire or nothing. I'm just trying to do something and get, information out there to folks so they have, a better understanding on what they can buy and if it's good or not. So, this is Darth Skippy signing off. I'll catch you on the next Gear to Ear.